On a quiet winter night in Arizona, an 84-year-old woman returned home after a normal evening. She parked her car, walked inside, and disappeared. By the next morning, there were no signs of her anywhere. But this wasn't just any missing person case. The woman who vanished was the mother of a well-known television journalist. And what investigators would soon discover made the case even more disturbing. A small amount of blood on the front porch. And even more chilling, the home's security system had been disabled. Someone may have been watching, waiting. This is the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. And what investigators know so far, Nancy Guthrie lived alone in the Catalina foothills just outside Tucson, Arizona. It's a quiet, upscale area, the kind of place where neighbors know each other, and crime is rare. At 84 years old, Nancy was still independent. She drove herself, stayed in touch with family, and maintained a normal routine. She was also the mother of Nancy Guthrie, co-anchor of the NBC morning program Today. Because of that connection, the case quickly gained national attention. But inside her neighborhood, Nancy wasn't a public figure. She was simply a familiar, friendly presence. Nothing about her life suggested danger. On January 31st, 2026, Nancy returned home sometime around 8:30 p.m. Surveillance footage shows her vehicle pulling into the driveway. She exits the car and goes inside. Everything appears normal. That moment would become the last confirmed sighting of her. Sometime later that night, something happened, but no one saw it, and no one heard anything. The next day, when family members couldn't reach Nancy, concern quickly grew. When authorities arrived at the home, they immediately noticed something unusual. On the front porch, there were small bloodstains. Tests later confirmed the blood belonged to Nancy. At that point, the case changed instantly. This was no longer a missing person case. This was now a suspected abduction. But what investigators found next would change everything. Nancy's home was equipped with a doorbell camera, a device meant to record anyone approaching the house. But on the night she disappeared, that system stopped working. Investigators believe it was disabled shortly before the incident, which raises a critical question. Was this planned? If someone intentionally disabled the camera, then they likely knew it was there, and possibly knew Nancy's routine. As investigators reviewed nearby surveillance footage, they found something unusual. A person wearing a mask and carrying a backpack was seen moving through the area around the time Nancy vanished. The footage is unclear. The person has not been identified, but investigators believe this individual may be connected to the case. Was this person watching the house, waiting for the right moment? Or was it simply a coincidence? Several details suggest that this may not have been random. The camera was disabled. The encounter appears to have been quick, and the suspect may have been nearby before Nancy arrived home. Investigators now believe the crime could have been targeted, but one question remains unanswered. Why? Why would someone target an 84-year-old woman living quietly on her own? So far, there is no clear motive. Since Nancy disappeared, authorities have conducted extensive searches across the surrounding desert and nearby areas. Multiple agencies, search teams, and volunteers have been involved. Cadaver dogs have also been used in the investigation. Despite these efforts, Nancy has not been found. A reward has been offered for information that could lead to answers, and investigators continue to ask the public for help. Even the smallest detail could make a difference. But what investigators found next would change everything. Somewhere, someone may know exactly what happened that night. And until new evidence emerges, the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie remains an unsettling mystery. What do you think happened that night? Do you think this was planned or random? Leave your thoughts below in the comments.